Open your book to page 314 and let's go to number 1. So this one is three-dimensional. So everything you're going to do exactly same as the previous lesson. You just add one more dimension. Okay, so number 1, you have point P at 1, 2, 2, and Q at 1, -4, -2. And so first, they want you to plot the P. Okay, so let's go and using the graph paper. So this one you're going 1 in the x direction. So point P is 1, 2, 2. So go 1 in the x, 2 in the y, and 2 in the z direction. So this looks kind of a little bit weird, okay? And so vector P is equal to 1i plus 2j plus 2k. So it's use ijk. So that's the vector P over here. And then you have the Q at 1, -4, -2. So vector Q is equal to 1i minus 4j minus 2k. Okay, so this is the vector P. And so you're going to get 1 in the x, 4 in the y, and then -2 in the z direction. So that's the Q. Okay, next one. It says find in component form of P. So this is the component form. So that take care of that. And you're looking for component form of Q. And then you're looking for PQ. So you're going from P to Q. So it's got very tiny sliver. Okay, so that's the PQ. And you're looking, so PQ from P to Q, you just use the n minus beginning. So use this minus that. So this give you 0. This minus that will give you -6j. This minus that give you -4k. And again, you can check right from here to here. Right now, because it's three-dimensional, so it's kind of skewed. So it doesn't. So it's kind of hard to see that it's -6 and -4. Okay, so it's a little bit harder to see, okay, because it's three-dimensional. Okay. And then next one, you're looking for P plus Q. Okay, so the P plus Q, you have to use, I'm going to use the other graph. So vector P is I plus 2j plus 2k. Q equal to I minus 4j minus 2k. So P plus Q will equal to 2I minus 2j. And again, if you graph these, right, P is going to be 1, 2, and 2. So that's the P. And you're going to add Q onto it, right? Again, when you add means continuous. So you have to so this is P. This is P. So to add, you just continue. So Q is going to be 1 in the x direction. So you can use your ruler. So go 1 in the x direction, minus 4 in the y direction, and minus 2 in the z direction. Okay, so that's the Q. So this is P, so P plus Q. So your net result, so P plus Q is going to be like this part right over here. Okay, so that's the P plus Q. Okay. Now when you're doing the P minus Q, you're just going to subtract, right? So P minus Q, this cancel out. P minus Q, this give you 6J. This minus that give you plus 4K, right? And again, to subtract, you're just going to add the opposite, right? So you're just going to add the opposite. So negative Q is going to be equal to negative I plus 4J plus 2K, right? So here's your P, and you're going to add on to that. Okay, so you can continue from here. So minus 1 in the x direction. So you go minus 1 in the x direction, plus 4 in the y direction. Plus 4 in the y direction. Now, if it helps you, you can do the little dots, and use a pencil can help you to visualize if you want. And 2 in the z direction. Okay. So here's your negative Q. So here's your P plus negative Q. You end up with, again, this graph is kind of a very tiny sliver. Okay. So that's your P minus Q. Okay, and it should match that. So 3 dimensions is a little bit harder to visualize, but everything should be same as 1 dimensional. So you just have a discipline of following through and make sure you use your ruler to make sure get the direction correct.